What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined as always by my dad, Sean, and today, reactions to the classics. We got another song battle, one of my favorite series we do at the channel, and this time we got a good battle come courtesy of a suggestion from our longtime patron and supporter and Dylan fan, Sean. Thank you, Sean, for bringing this to us. We're going to be doing a song battle with Foot of Pride by Dylan against Blind Willie McTell by Dylan, recorded in the period around Infidels.
Yeah.
And that's a record. We've actually got a full, track-by-track review up, so you can check that out after this video. So I like that. We're going to see which one of these we like more and, see if either one of these should have been on the record. And if you like this video, y'all be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that big red subscribe button. We upload every single day. And if you want us to do maybe a song battle, you can check out our Patreon link, which will be down below. Shout out to the patrons. And before we get into this battle a little bit, if you're a fan of Dylan reactions, you know by now that his studio recordings are always blocked on YouTube.
Always.
So the music will not be in this video, but there will be a link down below if you want to check out the tunes. In addition to that, we are going to start off with Foot of Pride on this battle, and we'll see what Bob has in store for us here.
Yeah, Trey, and I'll just remind everyone, I mean, you might not know, might not be reminded, you might not know this, but Infidels was produced by Bob and the great Mark Knopfler, frontman of Dire Straits. So I would imagine he's going to appear on this. There's not a lot out there on Foot of Pride. There probably is, but not in the places I look to research. But I did see where many think it's inspired by the Old Testament book of Daniel. In which God's punitive foot comes down and splats Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian king. Basically, man can screw around as much as he wants, but there will be consequences. So let's see if we get that in here. I hear there's a bunch of weird characters in here and everything else.
All right.
Let's get it on. Thanks a lot, Sean, as always.
Foot of Pride coming in, man. Lots to dissect here. You know, I love doing Dylan reviews and reactions and stuff, but there's a lot going on here. This is the first time we listened, so I'm sure we're gonna miss a couple things.
Yeah, the Dylan ones always take as long or longer than anything that we do because of the way we dive into lyrics. So yeah, definitely interesting. Definitely. I think the take I read at the start is probably a pretty good take on it.
Definitely, as the song says, Foot of Pride, talking about how these prideful people are going, and eventually, though, they're all crashing and burning, and that's, already alluded to at the end of this first verse. He reached too high, was thrown back to the ground. You know what they say about being nice to the right people on the way up. Sooner or later, you're going to meet them coming down. It's kind of bookended in that sixth and final verse where
that was a great line.
He notes that as well. Chorus was, short, sweet, but I thought it was a highlight of the track.
It was. It's pretty catchy, and you don't always get that with Bob.
Loved the lead guitar lead, and then that harmonica that trails at the very end before it transitions us into the next verse. A lot of kind of biblical allusions
Very
in
much
here
so.
as well.
You even got the little "And Your Fall by the Sword" love affair with Errol Flynn, who was a famous actor. I think he might have played Zorro. Don't
Did
hold
he?
me to
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know who Errol Flynn was. That one went over my head.
Yeah,
he was able to bring that together.
Exactly.
You have Miss Delilah in here. Another biblical allusion. A Philistine is what she is. She'll do wondrous works with your fate. Feed you coconut bread, spice buns in your bed. If you don't mind sleeping with your head face down in a grave. Ooh.
Errol played Robin Hood. I knew I was on the right.
Go.
So just the one little line where this man just throws stuff in everywhere.
Then he's kind of talking about this businessman named Red, who feeds off everybody that he can touch. He said he only deals in cash or sells tickets to a plane crash. Oh boy. So again, just that exploitive.
Yeah.
Somebody's dying. Hey, here, here's a ticket so you can go and see it. And then I thought the fourth verse was pretty darn solid as well.
Yeah. Well, they'll choose a man for you to meet tonight. You'll play the fool and learn how to walk through the doors, how to enter into the gates of paradise. Know how to carry a burden too heavy to be yours. Yeah, from the stage, they'll be trying to get water out of rocks. So all over Old Testament allusion here.
The Moses, whenever he hit it, and the water came out of the rock.
Exactly. A whore will pass the hat, collect $100,000 and say thanks. They like to take all this money from sin, build big universities to study in, sing Amazing Grace all the way to the Swiss bank. So, I mean, this man is coming after everybody. I love it.
And I think maybe he's talking about these big elaborate, exquisite, maybe places of worship.
Oh, that's
right
exactly
now.
what I think he's talking about.
And
yeah.
So I like that right
It
there.
lost the biblical point of what a church is supposed to be.
Yeah, and then he notes, judgment on them, all these kind of bad quote unquote people is something that you'll never see. They can exalt you up or bring you down main route, turn you into anything that they want you to be. And then the final verse just kind of notes that he sees this guy. I loved him too. Did he make it to the top of the mountain here? Well, he probably did. And then he struck down by the strength of the will. Ain't nothing left here, partner, just the dust of a plague that leaves the whole town afraid. Let the dead bury their dead. Your time's going to come too, man. Your time's going to come too. Very strong tune here, man.
Definitely. And that's going to take us to Blind Willie McTell, which I know is very well acclaimed, Trey. But,
oh, yeah.
And I know this was left off Infidels, and I always want to go listen to stuff that's left off of albums, but there's just no time as we move on to the next one. So I'm glad Sean brought this to us. It's titled after the blues singer Blind Willie McTell, recorded during the Infidels. The melody is loosely based on St. James Infirmary blues. For the song, Dylan was seated at the piano and accompanied by the great Mark Knopfler on acoustic.
Hey.
And he's just kind of depicting a bunch of allegorical scenes which reflect on the history of American music and slavery.
Okay.
We're going to find that each verse ends with the same refrain. Nobody can sing the blues like Blind Willie McTell.
Ooh,
Two
cool.
versions of this actually exist. The acoustic with Mark Knopfler and an electric version with Mick Taylor playing slide guitar.
Cool stuff.
He never played it in concert till the band started playing it in concert through the 90s. And he said he really liked it. So then he decided to start playing it. So what a cool tidbit there. So let's see, Trey. What all the hell?
All right, Blind Willie McTell coming in. What a freaking track, dude. I love, I just love the arrangement of that.
Yeah, it's different than anything else on Infidels. For sure. It's definitely different than the last song. I just didn't expect. I mean, I know I kind of expected from what we read there. But, that was a fantastic tune.
Well, Knopfler's acoustic is...
It's different than somebody else's, acoustic.
The 12-string going in, man, and that accompanied with the piano was just fantastic. And just going through this little verse by verse, it definitely, we've lived in Texas for quite some time.
Yeah, we have.
Had that South type of vibe going with it.
It did.
Again, a couple biblical allusions in here as well, just from the first line, seeing the arrow on the doorpost. That makes me think back to Exodus. Saying, this land is condemned all the way from New Orleans to Jerusalem. I traveled through East Texas where many martyrs fell, and then we get that refrain. And I know no one can sing the blues like Blind Willie McTell. I always enjoy how Bob, pays his dues and not dues, but pays his respects rather to the greats. Even all the way back to Robert Johnson.
Yeah, exactly.
And and it just kind of goes through painting a nice, vivid story and picture, just kind of like that outside landscape of the South, and going through even like Civil War times and slave times, especially verse 3. Yeah,
see the ghosts of the slavery ships. I can hear them tribes a moaning, hear that undertaker's bell, and then of course it's that nobody can sing the blues like Blind Willie McTell.
Talking about, I like this line. He dressed up like a squire, bootleg whiskey in his hand. So he's dressed up real nice, but he has this bootleg whiskey in his hand. There's a chain gang on the highway. I can hear them rebels yell. Going to the Confederacy kind of rebel yell. And then that last verse, well, God is in his heaven, and we all want what's his, but power and greed and corruptible seed seem to be all there is. And that word seed almost sounds, he delivers it almost like it sounds like sin.
I thought that too.
And then Bob notes he's gazing out the window of the St. James Hotel, which is a hotel in New Orleans. But who knows if that's what he was going for. And then you get that no one can sing the blues like Blind Willie McTell. What a fantastic battle and a fantastic song here.
Agreed 100%. And for me, I really liked Foot of Pride. I thought it was really good. But
yeah, these are both two cracking songs.
But I'm going to have to go with Blind Willie McTell.
So would I, man.
Not that that's a shot, like I said, at all. I mean, it's just a fantastic.
I almost wish both of these were on the record.
I know there's only 8 songs on Infidels.
It's 8 songs, and it's 41 minutes. You add these two, you hit it about 50 minutes. I think he could have added, one of these to each side.
Agree.
If anything, I wish he maybe would have taken out Union Sundown and put maybe Blind Willie McTell
Yeah,
in there.
I agree with you.
Not that Union Sundown's a bad track
No,
by
not
any
at all.
means, but it's not one I go out of my way to listen to just on its own. So if I were to make a little sub, I know Sean asked about that. That's the one I would make.
I would make the same one, so it's unanimous.
And yeah, man, of course, we want to hear your thoughts. Let us know which song you prefer of this one, and also this last question we talked about. If you were to replace one of these tunes on Infidels, what would you replace it with? And as always, Dad, appreciate it. Appreciate you, Sean.
Thanks a lot, Sean.
And until next time, thanks for watching, happy listening, and we will see you.